up, I find joy, I find peace, I find freedom. Looking up, my heart is open to interact with source. My heart can heal, open up to the universe. Looking up, my throat loosens and my smile creeps back onto my face. Looking up with my arms held wide, I'm hugging Father Sky and taking in the warmth of the sun of so many generations. I'm connecting to my ancestors who looked up when they had no other option too. Looking up, I am one with all that ever was and is to come. I am at home, looking up with possibility. The undulating pain releases back into the ethereal realm. Looking up, I'm invited to play and explore. I'm never alone. Looking up, I see that I'm surrounded by love. Looking up, freedom finds me and I am bathed in possibility again. Looking up is my last action before the new beginning dawns. And looking up can never be taken from me because it is the more. Looking up is my secret vantage point that keeps my enemy followed. I tiptoe in light air because when I look up, I see all the dreams inside of me burst into bubbles that return back in flooded glory of compassion and support. Looking up is my restoration in due course, my shield against the storm. Looking up is the freedom that every dawning horizon promises. Looking up is more than a state of mind. It's a belief and trust in the universe. That beyond the shadows of doubt, there is something that has always had itself planned and ready. Looking up is moving forward when failure is staring you in the face, laughing. Looking up is the greatest rebellion and most real revolution that one could stand for. Looking up is the ultimate I will never be defeated attitude. It's beyond stoicism or savior complex. The simple act of looking up stretches the mind and heart to consider new things. It is self-care at its simplest form. Just as plants reach up and look into the sun, we too are moved to look up and see the bright side. Challenging the futures in our intuitive nature. The many statisticians within us deduce odds and quickly speaks with management to reflect on better ways to invest our time. As we do this, we may find ourselves falling away from our true selves and true nature, looking more to a manufactured self that suits marketing, but does little to voice the internal soul within us. It is at these moments we find ourselves broken, incomplete, and easily triggered by the world. Looking up at these moments allows a different vantage point that brings enlightened alternatives that otherwise would have been missed. Returning to your true self in a moment of reflection as you look up floods endorphins and pushes toxins from your shoulders and neck that bear the brunt of all these mental and emotional attacks. The accumulation bringing up a sorrowful melancholy that all too often is considered the adult condition. Letting your mind simply fall back in lost wonder allows the light in a way that only the spiritual attempt to explain. Nonetheless, the feeling is felt and the realization that looking up is much more than an altruistic mindset. It is the freedom of knowing that there is more. Losing the self in the act, looking up is not a mask as some perceive. It's a rally cry of the stubborn. It is the act of those who refuse to allow others' fears to rule and run their own destiny. Looking up may come off as self-defensive, but it is the self-preservation that all living things do in moments of transformation. That energy received only from above that looking up requires in order to receive the bounty that is poured out in abundance. Looking up is returning to the self in all of its intuitive nature to find meaning when all has been made meaningless. Looking up is taking back what has always been ours.